First and foremost, really, really proud of our team. We beat a heck of a basketball team this evening. We fought, we were together, we showed a toughness, and it was a big-time win for us. The second thing, our crowd was incredible, and so grateful for them, for the energy that they gave us, how loud they got, how they cheered. They helped us. They are part of our team. I've said that from the beginning. And I love the connection that we're starting to develop together, our team, and the crowd's a big part of that. I thought we were aggressive. Florida State is a team that, the identity of their program is toughness. And Coach Hamilton has done an amazing job during his time there of creating that culture. And we're trying to create a culture here of toughness. And I thought we showed that today for our guys to respond after a very emotional loss on Saturday with 1 day of preparation and to come back and respond like this is big time. I thought everyone that stepped on that court for us gave us positive minutes, and we're in the fight together. I thought we executed a game plan. We felt like in studying them that they had a couple of guys, percentage-wise, have not shot the ball well. So we wanted to try to shrink the court and to clog up driving lanes. They're a team that they like a lot of paint touches. They like to drive it. And then I thought we did a better job of rebounding today, gang rebounding. So, again, big-time win for us. McGowan's was amazing, again. For us to get to the line, I thought we did a great job of attacking, jumping into their bodies, drawing contact, and I thought we did a great job of stepping up and making free throws. So really proud of our team. We get a chance. This is the end of a very tough schedule as far as back-to-back games, Wednesday, Saturday, and Monday. We get a chance to get a little bit of a break and to start getting prepared for a different style than we've seen, in Syracuse's 2-3 zone.
Going back to Saturday, there was a lot of times where you guys were up 5 and never could really extend the lead. How did you guys extend the lead today?
We didn't for a little bit. It was kind of like deja vu for a little bit. The difference was that we continued to get some stops that kept us a little bit, where we were ahead a little bit. And then Xavier hit a big shot that extended it, and that kind of opened it up for us. And so I thought we had a little bit more poise in that situation. I thought the energy from the crowd helped us, and we were able to make a couple of plays.
There was an aggressiveness, Jeff, and a sort of fearlessness with your freshmen, with your 2 freshman guards. I mean, how much have they sort of developed into that, or how much were they kind of already like that when they first got here?
That's who they are, all 3 of them. One of the things I loved about them is we got to know them during the recruiting process, and I said this from the beginning, all 3 are naturally competitive. That you don't find that a lot. They're very, very competitive, which means that they have a toughness about them. And then they aren't afraid. Not one time this year have they been afraid, and I don't think my team has been afraid. And so, we're trying to develop that. We're trying to make that the culture of this program, toughness, togetherness, and fighting every second you're out there. And today was a big step to beat a team that already has an established culture like that.
Jeff, when you talk about not being afraid, is that what you've seen most since conference play started in terms of your team developing?
Well, I've seen it all year. Just the level of competition has increased.
Now to be afraid if you wanted to be.
Yeah, but if you just aren't afraid, some people are afraid it can be the first game. You can have first game jitters. You can be afraid for that. Your first road game, we played at Iowa. You can be afraid for that. First neutral site game, St. Louis, you can be afraid for that. We weren't. In any of those situations, we weren't. Doesn't mean we played great. We certainly, did some things in some of those games that we showed our youth. I think we're starting to grow up a little bit. Certainly, it's a little bit easier at home because you have the adrenaline, especially when you have a crowd like ours. But I don't think these guys have been afraid from day one.
Jeff, but what about Xavier from the day first game was, relentless and sort of attacking. Trey, it seemed to take a little while during the non-conference. I mean, what has sort of evolved or happened within the last 3 or 4 weeks that's made him more assertive?
Well, I mean, he's just gotten better. I mean, he's continued to work. He's continued to learn. He's continued to adapt to college basketball, and to figure some things out. And, we feel like that he has speed where he can get by people. And then he has athleticism, and then he has a fearlessness where he's not afraid to kind of throw his body around. He took a very hard fall in the first half, but still continued to throw his body around like that. And so he's a guy that if you really look during the season, he's gotten to the free throw line. And he did a heck of a job of that tonight.
Terrell played 24 minutes at just the 2 fouls. How, against a matchup where he was undersized, how was he able to play such defense, such well defensively without getting into foul trouble in a game where they were calling everything?
Well, I thought that, the way our guys executed the game plan, we wanted to shrink the court against them. And they're a team that they rely, a big part of their offense are drives, paint touches, and then for those bigs, lobs. If you go back and you study their games, they get a lot of lobs because you're helping up on your ball screen coverage against them. I thought we were able to execute. And so TB wasn't strung out a lot. I thought our guys did a really good job of doing that. And then he's getting better. I mean, he's working. If you the 3 games prior to tonight, over the 3-game period, I mean, he was averaging 9 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 blocks. And the thing that I love is that he's starting to play through contact. That's something that he shied away from earlier, and he's starting to play through contact. I think he's becoming more confident, and he's provided a presence for us on both ends, and I think he's going to continue to get better.
You all just beat the number 11 team in the country by 13 points. I mean, given that result and how you all have done against other ranked teams this season, I mean, are you and this team at this point where you feel like no matter who you play, no matter what they're ranked, that you can beat or contend with anyone?
We feel like we're going to fight every time we play. And I think if we fight and we can play with some semblance of intelligence, we'll have a chance. There are teams that we'll play against that are more talented than us. I mean, that's the reality. But that doesn't mean that they're better teams. Just because you have talent doesn't mean you're better. If you don't fight, if you aren't together, if you have a bad attitude, any of those things, then you cannot be a good team. If you're a team that's together and you execute and you fight and you have a little bit of intelligence, then you can have a chance. And we are continuing to grow in those areas.
Jeff, the second half, you hold them 8 of 34 shooting, out rebounded them by I think 6. Was part of that game plan to just wear these guys down?
I don't think, no. I mean, they play a lot of guys, and so we didn't think we'd wear them down. We just tried to shrink the floor. Percentage-wise, they had some guys, especially in conference play, that had not been shooting the ball well. And so I don't know if that's analytics or what, but we just tried to shrink the court. We tried to clog the lanes. We didn't guard a couple of guys outside the 3-point line. I thought that slowed them down. I thought our transition defense was really good. We didn't give them any easy baskets in transition. I shouldn't say any. We didn't give them many easy baskets. I thought, us valuing the ball helped us. I think that helped us with that. But I just think, we were able to execute a game plan pretty much perfectly, especially in the second half.
Xavier Johnson had a rough stretch starting around the 8.5-minute mark where he had some missed shots and turnovers. Florida State started to trim the lead. And then you didn't pull him. He came back out. He starts hitting some shots and making good plays. What went into your decision to keep him on the floor?
Well, I have confidence in him. And, I don't want our guys playing afraid to make a mistake. I was fortunate enough. I played for a guy in college that allowed us a lot of freedom. And I enjoyed that. And, I don't take guys out for mistakes. I take them out if maybe they're tired or if I don't think they're playing hard or not mistakes as far as like a missed shot. If you give someone freedom, if a guy earns freedom to take a shot, then look, there's never been a perfect player, so they're going to miss. You know, the greatest player that ever played shot under 50%, so that means he missed over half the shots that he took. And so I believe in Xavier. You know, I believe in all of our guys, but I believe in him to make big-time plays. And even though during that stretch he turned it over, you know, we have to continue to work with him on the reads off the ball screens. This was unique because that kid is so big and so long, and they didn't play it like most teams do. He was able to kind of stay back and use his length, and I thought that confused him a little bit. But he was able to make some of the biggest plays down the stretch for us, and we have a lot of confidence in him doing that.
Jeff, did you hear the crowd chanting about Duke?
I tried not to pay attention to it.
Did that work? Or?
Yes.
You've been here a relatively short time, and your crowd is energetic to the point that you're noticing them, and they're chanting about wanting to play the.
I love our crowd. I heard them doing the Florida State war chant. I love it. I love it. I love those. I love the energy that's in the building. That's the way I remember this program. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to come here, because I knew what it has been, and so I know, therefore, what it can become again. And to feel that energy in the building, to see the people, you know, to see the students, to see the zoo, to see them excited again about men's basketball is a really, really cool thing. And our guys love it. Our guys love it, and they appreciate it, and they feed off of it.
Coach, obviously, you saw great things from McGowan's tonight. What was your thoughts on his hustle with the 5 steals?
Yeah, I mean, he plays hard, and all of our guys play hard. I mean, I don't want to single just him out for playing hard. All of our guys play hard. I think Pliz told me we've taken more charges this year than maybe the last 2 years combined. And so, you know, again, we're going to play hard. We're going to fight. It may not always be pretty, and we're going to make some mistakes, but there are going to be mistakes going hard.
Jeff Leonard said that you've brought a swagger back to Pitt that folks here are accustomed with. Are you surprised 4 games into the ACC schedule that, you know, the coach of the 11th ranked team is saying that about you?
Well, I'm appreciative of that. I mean, there's no man in college athletics that I have more respect than Coach Hand. You know, if you know his story, it's an amazing story that was written a few days ago about him and about his plight as a man and as a coach in this profession. And throughout the years, he's meant a lot to me and, you know, to a lot of young coaches, especially African-American coaches. And so to hear him say that, you know, that's a big compliment. I'm very appreciative and grateful of that. You know, our staff does a great job, you know, from everyone, assistant, strength coach, everyone that's in this foxhole with us. And, you know, when I got here, that was my thing. I want people that are in the foxhole. This is not a 9 to 5. This is a lifestyle, and you have to be committed to it. And if you can't, then you can't be a part of it. You don't deserve to be a part of it with the way that we're building it. And so I'm appreciative of that comment.
For Trey, I mean, you know, what was the adjustment, you know, going in the lane and having a 7'4" guy in the middle? And for Terrell, what was it like going up against him?
I mean, it was a big adjustment. We had been working on it, getting in the lane, dishing, or working on floaters, stuff like that. Or just really just bringing them away from the basket.
For me, it's kind of new. I felt small for the first time, so I kind of just had to get early post position. Then I just had to box him out, then I'll get over the back call.
Trey, how much did you guys feel like whether or not you could go over or around him, you could get to the free throw line pretty consistently throughout?
I mean, we feel like we can get to the free throw line against anybody because we feel like our guard plays really well, and then with our bigs, our bigs have stepped up big. So really, we're just feeding off of them, and they're playing. So I mean, we're stepping up too.
Ray, could you talk about maybe your mindset about continually driving to the basket? You did it, you know, continually in the West Virginia game against Connecticut. You did it tonight. You're not the biggest guy in the world, but you still go in there against those big guys.
Really, just fearless, I guess. No matter how big, I'm just gonna compete, and then you're just gonna have to make a great play, like Kanate did, or that's what coach says, make them make a better play. So that's really what we've been trying to do.
Are you at the point now, Trey, where you feel like you pretty much attack the hoop on just about every possession if you want to, or in transition?
No, sir, I wouldn't say that. Really just trying to get better every day. And as we're getting better, working on reads and just really just trying to develop my games in more ways than that.
You all just beat obviously just beat the Lakers by 13 points here. I mean, are you guys sort of at the point where you feel like anytime that you go out there, America, you're playing the you guys feel like you beat
Yeah, we look at it as 0-0 to start the game. So, I mean, just because they're ranked doesn't mean they're a better team. They still have to show up like we do. So that's the way we look at it.
You were somewhat troubled with your last season, saw some of the blows that came out. I mean, how different is everything, right now? Just not even with the way the team's playing, but I mean, with the energy around games, the energy around this program.
We just fight for 10 rounds. That's all it is.
But you guys end up getting out rebounded by one. Obviously, you're giving up a ton of height. How were you able to keep the rebounds as close as they were throughout the game?
Boxing out. That's the key is box out, get lower than they is. So when you box out, you get the rebounds. So that's what we did tonight.
Yeah, looking from Saturday to today, I mean, that game you guys were up like 5, and you never really built the lead. Today you guys built the lead. What was different?
The energy, the zoo it was alive.
Home court advantage.
But we really got to work on that. We just felt we just felt like we should have won that game. So when we went in the film, I mean, you don't really know how close you are to when you watch it over again. So we just felt like that. So we just went forward, just fixed the mistakes we made last game.
Terrell, did tonight feel any different than the Louisville win? I mean, that one kind of got a monkey that was on your guys' back off, and then tonight you come out and beat a top 15 team. Did it feel different? Did it feel similar?
I felt the same. I mean, a dub's a dub. They may be ranked, but, I mean, we still got the dub. At the end, we came on top, and now we enjoy this moment. They're a great team, obviously. So we enjoy this moment, and we have to look forward to our next game.
Trey, was the plan to attack all night? And were you trying to, I mean, you blow a dunk early, you come right back down, they got the big kid in there, 25, I think you went right at him, you got a foul, and you sort of kept going. Was that the game plan going in?
I wouldn't say that. I guess just attack, and then if that's not working, then we can adjust. But from the that's just how I like to play, just attack.
Were you trying to send a message? I mean, considering their size advantage, were you guys, I mean, it wasn't just you, it was Exton, it was everybody. I mean, everybody seemed to be going to the basket. Were you guys trying to send a message about not being intimidated by their size, stuff like that?
I wouldn't say that. I just feel like that's just how we like to play. And, I mean, we got some fighters, we got some competitors, and that's just what we're going to do.
They went 8 of 34 in the second half, and a lot of those shots were forced. Do you feel like you physically wore these guys down in that second half?
Yeah, Coach said at halftime, who's going to be physically stronger in the second half? We're going to be able to beat them mentally and physically. So that's what we did. And it's a 10-round fight, so we did it for 5, we have to do it for another 5. And that's what we did.
Adis, when you guys see Trey sort of, going up the floor in transition with the ball in your hands, if you're trailing the player or something, you almost wonder, like, okay, what's he going to do this time when he gets in the open floor?
They don't know. They ain't gonna tell him what he's gonna do. But I just know it's gonna be the right play. So he's either gonna finish or he gonna make the right play either way. Cause he might dish it off to somebody. So you just never know what Trey do. So.
Any of you guys here that we want to do Chen?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I love that.
Do you?
Yeah,
of course.
I mean,
We want every team. We want every team. Because they all doubted us. No one thought we was going to get a win. And we have 2 now, so we have more to get.